All right, here we go. We got another fire at a facility. I was called late at night when they said, hey, we had a little dehumidifier, 120 volt, plugged in over here near the air handler, and it was a billowing smoke, sooty fire. As you can see, we got it covered everywhere. There's a trough that is covered, 2 electrical panels. I think the fire caulking did a pretty good job, though. It contained the smoke pretty much in this room. We got a fire alarm panel right here that's pretty much junk. We're not sure yet, though. We got the electrical inspector coming out to take a look at everything to see how he wants to handle the situation. That panel is got to go, though, he said over the phone. So, first priority is we're going to lock out this equipment to make it safe, because I want to see tomorrow. After further review, Mr. Electrical Inspector said these panels are compromised. He spoke with the people over at NEMA, the National Electrical Manufacturers Association, and said the internal components of those molded circuit breakers are compromised if soot and smoke got inside of them. Now we got a situation where this existing sub panel does not meet our clearances of 110.26. I brought that to his attention while he was there, and he said, it's gotta move, kid. I said, not a problem, whatever you want, sir. I ripped a couple of conduits out of the way when we were taking the big 400 amp. It's a 400 amp main lug panel, 3-phase, but it was only on a 300 amp breaker. We had an air handler over here. A stick of EMT conduit got so hot that it actually melted the conductors inside. I got my boys from the Alves Security and Fire Alarm Division over here. You got to have people that you can call and count on situations like this. Changing the 2 electrical panels for me was enough work. So I called my boy Melvin and said, listen, great customer, we need a fire alarm panel change ASAP. There is the pile of junk. We got everything outside, everything worked out. I look like I've been working down in a coal mine. 13 and a half hours later of dealing with inspectors, people, building owners, fire restoration companies. We got this thing all wrapped up. We're over here. Look at, we even got some lights on now. Look at, beautiful. Let's go take a look downstairs. I took the sub panel and relocated it over there. There's the fire alarm team. They're just wrapping up. We got a test with the fire department this afternoon. We got a new conduit over here to the air handler, 1.25" EMT. Yep, I had to use fittings. We were on a time crunch here. Flex to the unit. There's our main panel right there. I did 2 new nipples down. I did some 3/4 inch EMT out of the side to replace those quads. I got this thing tagged up, relabeled, identified. We got the fire alarm breaker. We got a new panel schedule that I'll have to update and print out something nice. We cleaned up everything as nice as we could, but you can only get that off, and they have a fire restoration company. Somebody was saying, how'd you get a panel so fast? I called everybody pretty much till they had one. There's the sub panel. I came into 2 LBs, nippled down into the top. One of them has the feed, one has the branch circuit. No derating needed, 60% pipe fill. It's under the nipple rule. Look at that panel schedule. Is perfect because we didn't change anything. We kept everything the same. Had to make some splices, and I chose to splice inside this panel instead of trough on the other side. That way, if you're working in the panel, you can actually see it. There's a couple quads, a couple singles for the appliances, and then we nippled up to the fire alarm panel. What a great team right there, I'm telling you right now. That's a close-up picture, just so you guys can either tell me it's a nice job or it sucks. I'm sure somebody will. There's the nipples. I had to KO seal the bottom of that trough where the old nipples were. New fire alarm panel. There's the strut clips for somebody. They'll be asking. And I put these on a GFCI breaker. The code reads, in basements and other than dwellings, unfinished areas. I consider this a finished area myself, but I cross my T's and dot my I's. I don't want to have to come back for 2 GFI breakers. That's a wrap. We had a blast.